talk to Triple H, I always kind of try to joke with Triple H about, hey, you do realize, like, even though you're my boss, you know how many detention slips that I got in school because of you, right? So it's only right that, you know what I'm saying, like saying hook the production up for your boys.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back into the Battleground Podcast. It is Battle from iHeartRadio's official wrestling podcast, the Battleground Podcast, as well as 102.5 KZOK, Seattle's classic rock. And, of course, WWE is gearing up for a massive return to Seattle for Friday Night SmackDown on April 14th, just 1 week out from WrestleMania. Tickets, you can grab them. They're on sale now, Ticketmaster.com. And today on the show, it's been a minute since we've had him on. A lot of things have changed. One half of the WWE Tag Team Champions, the man bringing the smoke. Give it up for WWE's own Angelo Dawkins from the Street Profits. My friend, how the hell are you?
Oh man, I'm doing great. You know what I'm saying? Living like a champ right now, you know?
Living like a champ. And I love it. So let's just dive right into it. First, let me go ahead and give you your flowers right now. Congratulations on reclaiming the WWE Tag Team Championship. Now,
Oh, thank you.
reflecting on that victory over DIY, what does this win signify for you personally and for the Street Profits as a team?
So I'll start with for the team, obviously 4 long years since we've held tag team gold. That's always been the goal. We kept running into obstacles and all that stuff, and just kept putting our head down, going to work, you know what I'm saying, getting the grind on. Test put on way more muscle. I spent a lot more time in the dungeon. And just like honing our crafts and becoming marksmen in it. And then obviously it's just right time, right place, right time. At that point, we started getting tired of everybody jumping in our own tag team title matches. So like we just started jumping in everybody else's, and then they kind of realized they jump in our match again. They know what's gonna happen. So obviously, winning in Barcelona, our first match back, first match of the year, actually to be exact. But nah, man, it was just us putting our heads down and getting back to work, getting back to what got us to being the champs to begin with, and back at NXT, back when we first got to Raw, when we switched over to SmackDown, and then finally persevering and getting through that. Now, me personally, it meant a lot because Fridays for me haven't really been like the best in the past year or so. The date, like, was it a year? Uh, Before, what was it? Yeah, when we wrestled, so that Saturday would have been a year since my mom had passed, and that was when I got the phone call, like getting ready for SmackDown, and just like Fridays for me have been a little wonky for the past year. So obviously winning these tag titles the day before that 1 year, I don't want to call it an anniversary, but like it was just it meant a lot,
Yeah.
and it's made Fridays a little bit easier for me to kind of get through.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, I mean, I've been in that situation recently, losing my dad as well. So when it's one of those things, like that date's coming, but then something like one of those things that you did that your mom watched or your dad watched with you or was very proud of you for, you were able to do that. So it's kind of one of those things that takes your mind off of what the next day is going to hold, but also is like a cool moment for you as well.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Ab-
it was cool, man. I was really hoping she was watching from up above, so
yeah,
I
and
dedicated this to
she was
her.
up there cheering and yelling as soon as that 3 count hit and you hear the bell ringing.
Yeah,
For sure. And the tag team division, I mean, you look at it and I mean, it's seeing significant developments recently. Recently just got the announcement natural disasters induction into the WWE Hall of Fame. How
yeah,
do
it's
you
pretty dope.
feel about this recognition of legendary tag teams and does it inspire any aspirations for your own legacy?
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was under the assumption that like tag team wrestling was kind of like dead, if you will, and it's not really the case, not at all. Obviously, we still got tag teams going into the Hall of Fame, which obviously me and Tez have aspirations of being Hall of Famers ourselves. But as you can see, like the tag team division, especially on SmackDown, has been unreal. Every tag team has been on fire, no matter how much we got beef with everybody, but everybody's kind of been putting in work. Everybody's been, you know what I'm saying, putting their hard hat on, getting the job done and going out there and putting the best product forward and repping the tag team wrestling like it should be. It's an art, you know what I'm saying? It's an art form, and tag team wrestling is a way of life.
Yeah,
It's easy to be a
absolutely.
singles guy. It's harder to be a tag team wrestler.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, you're not when you're single, you just got to worry about yourself. But now, if you're a tag team, you got to worry about you not getting pinned. It's your partner getting pinned and then losing the match. So there, I understand that completely. And you talk about the tag team scene and it's buzzing. New signings within WWE. I mean, recently we had Penta. We're seeing all these vignettes of Ray Phoenix, and of course, there's the history there. And you
Hmm.
see the Hardy Boys jumping back over. Um, who among the recent additions to WWE's roster do you see as the biggest threat to your championship reign with you and Montez?
Nobody.
Point blank, right there. Nobody.
Nobody.
Not even just a little bit like maybe, but they can't really hang with us all the way.
No, I'm not worried. I'll leave the worrying to the IWC Glazers out there.
The IWC, boy, they get very vocal when it comes to things. And speaking of, the IWC, I do want to talk about it. The Hardy Boys made a surprising return to WWE after nearly 6 years away. And as a
Yup.
fellow tag team competitor, what are your thoughts on their comeback? And is there a potentially maybe a dream match scenario you envision the Street Profits and the Hardy Boys?
Hey, yo, that'd be dope. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, like I said, man, like the Hardy Boys coming back, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? I know they haven't been to NXT, so it was pretty dope for them to go to NXT and you know what I'm saying, go wrestle Faxion, which we're pretty cool with. We got a lot of respect for. We wrestled them once, and it was super dope to see. Obviously, the Hardy Boys, their legacy, you know what they mean to tag team wrestling. They're part of that trio. You know what I'm saying? Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian, you know what I'm saying? One of the best TLC matches of all time. Actually, the best. Sorry. Let me say that. The best TLC match of all time. And like if we ever got to chop it up and like get in the ring and roll around with those dudes, it'll be great. Because like we got nothing but love for Matt and Jeff.
Yeah, absolutely. And WrestleMania is right around the corner. They're tag team champions over there in TNA. You're tag team champions in WWE. How about WrestleMania? I'll go ahead and give the pencil to Triple H. Street Profits versus the Hardys, title versus title, ladder match at WrestleMania in Vegas.
Hey, you know what? I'm down for that.
Now we have to decide which night one or night two. Which one do you want?
Man, it don't matter. We still look, night one, night two. Night three, night four, night five, night six, night seven, night eight. It don't matter how many nights Street Profits winning all the nights. All right. You
Man,
can
we
add
I
however many nights to WrestleMania as you want. Street Profits gonna win them all. All right.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'm all about the Street Profits winning it all and getting all the gold and getting all the smoke. Now, one thing that a lot of people have been noticing here recently, the
Mhm.
production and the product on TV with WWE, with the Netflix deal, and of course everything else. With Triple H now overseeing WWE's creative direction, how has this impacted your perspective on the industry and your role within it?
I mean, it's been dope. Obviously, me and Taz, you know what I'm saying. We talk to Triple H. I always kind of try to joke with Triple H about, hey, you do realize, like, even though you're my boss, you know how many detention slips that I got in school because of you, right? So it's only right that, you know what I'm saying, like saying hook the production up for your boys. Nah, I'm joking. Nah, man, it's dope, man. Obviously Triple H is doing a great job, you know what I'm saying? He's making everything, making all the decisions, you know what I'm saying, getting there, putting everybody in the right positions to be stars, and he's making great stars out of everybody, and everybody's, you know what I'm saying, it's a one team effort, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, one team, one
Mhm.
band, one sound.
Yep. Absolutely. And that's the thing is like as a fan myself, you sit here and you watch the product, whether it's, with Raw, NXT, SmackDown, LFG, and, Evolve. I mean, you look and it's like, it's not just your run of the mill wrestling show. It's like even more taken to 100 every episode, every week. And you
Yeah.
never know.
I mean, yeah, obviously, because like, look, man, I've been in NXT for 7 years, going back to 2012 all the way up to what 2019. So I was kind of there for a lot of things that were being said at that time, and now it's all coming to fruition. Everything that Triple H had envisioned at NXT is starting to come to light. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you got LFG, you got Evolve now. I'm pretty sure you got like a couple other shows that are pretty dope, and like it's just everything's coming to fruition and what he envisioned.
Yeah. And it's also cool because it's like you look at even outside of the wrestling world where my wife, she got in to start watching wrestling all because of Montez and Bianca's show.
Mm-hmm.
And so like you see all those other things and you've got uh Xavier with the gaming show up down down and everything else. So it's bringing a lot of eyes to the wrestling product that's not a normal wrestling fan.
Yep. I mean, we're stepping outside of the comfort zone, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? We got Travis Scott here. He got like all different types of artists, all different types of celebrities, you know what I'm saying? Macaulay Culkin, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You
It
see,
it's you never know who's going to show up at Monday Night Raw or SmackDown for sure. Obviously, you have to tune in. And of course, speaking of SmackDown, Friday Night SmackDown is right here in Seattle. You could grab your
yeah.
tickets, Ticketmaster.com, April 14th. Now comes the end of the show where we kind of have a little fun. We kind of let the guard down. Not much
Okay.
more wrestling, more personal with you. And, after seeing the Bengals paying Chase, paying Higgins, do you think that they are able to keep Trey Hendrickson on the roster? I mean, right now, I'm seeing reports that the Colts are also interested in him. And of course, the Titans got, a former Bengals staff member with Callahan on our, roster.
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, the sky's the limit. I think we get it done with Trey Hendrickson. He's obviously shown that he doesn't want to leave Cincinnati, but he also feels like he deserves to be paid. And I 100% agree. He deserves to be paid. He's the league leader in sacks. Okay, he was our only pass rusher for a majority of the year. Joseph Fasai started to come on late towards the end of the year. You go ahead, you got 10 sacks in 7 games or 7 sacks in like 10 games, something like that. But like he started to come along, you know what I'm saying? But like we got to pay Trey Hendrickson. He was literally our best defensive player last year, and it showed. He deserves his money. I know he's 30 years old, but hey, look, you got to pay your guys. As we saw, we got T, we got Chase. People said it couldn't be done. Bengals are breaking molds now. Okay, we got to keep breaking that mold. We got to pull out the checkbook, pull out the pen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Write a look, cut a little check. You know what I'm saying? We not cheap no more. We ain't cheap Cincinnati. We win Cincinnati. All right, all right. So the Bengals get it done.
And let
Sign
me let
Trey, draft great, get some more free agents, and let's go win a daggone Super Bowl, man.
I mean, I think Cincinnati within the next couple of years, if they can get their stuff together, they'll win a Super Bowl. Although I wish Cincinnati would sign Trey because I'm a Titans fan and I don't want to see him going up on the other side against probably Cam, who the Titans more than likely will draft with that number one pick in the upcoming season in the draft. Next question for you, and this is the last one. This is kind of a fun one. Imagine you're hopping in the car, windows down, you're getting ready to
Mm-hmm.
just ride around town, whatever. What's
Mm-hmm.
that one song that you're cranking up the second you put the car in drive?
Ooh. Man, that is a tough question. You know, I've been adamant of J. Cole, Dreamville, Stick,
Mm-hmm.
but I've also, man, that's a tough one. That is a tough one because I listen to so many good songs. But you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I gotta do it. Pusha T, Diet Coke.
That's a solid that is a solid song to pick. You talk about J. Cole, and I'm just waiting. Of course, there's rumors of new album on the way, so hopefully that's soon within the next couple months, and then that could be the next question of what are you listening to when you're in the car? New J. Cole album.
Oh yeah, definitely. New J. Cole, obviously Kendrick. I listen to Drake, even though I guess that's a, you know what I'm saying, contrast. But hey, look, I just like good music, all right? Don't shoot the messenger. I just like listening to good music, all right?
I'm right there with you. Well, Angelo, it was an honor and a privilege to have you back on the show. I know last time when we had you on, you didn't have gold around your waist. Now you got gold around your waist. So congrats on winning that tag team championship. And before we let you go, anything you want to say to people watching or listening to this right now?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one half of the WWE Tag Team Champion, the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins, letting y'all know that the Street Profits are here. We ain't going nowhere. We gonna be champions for a long time. So, if you even think of any team that can beat us, just know they can't, they won't, and they never will because we like that. We roll like that. Let me put it to you like this, okay? Real Madrid won the Champions League, 15, by the way, going for 16. Ohio State, the Ohio State, won the national championship. The Street Profits won the tag team championships. The Bengals are going to win the Super Bowl. The Reds are going to win the World Series. And the winning's never going to stop. Because just like those other teams, the Street Profits are up and we want the smoke.